of the state, and you can see what happened in front of his house, where hoodlums came shooting. You can look at the gate and everything.
Let's see the bullet hole there.
I see the blood marks at his gate. You see the several cars damaged and everything. That is where our democracy has reached.
The hoodlums came for you to know what 2027 will look like. Immediately after we left the ADC headquarters in Benin, we came into the house of Chief Oregun, the former governor, and these hoodlums came, started shooting. These are bullets, started shooting. These are bullets, started shooting, destroying vehicles. You see, they know Tinubu is going to lose in 2027, and they don't want peace.
As they can, when they come out, they can face me for this time. Wait, yes. Everybody man that me. The other guy carry key. I know that he wants to shoot him. He come for the mother to come for us.
The guy head, forced by the back. Had to pay the hospital, the clinic bill, and take care of the guy. The structure there is another level.
They wounded someone.
And the secretariat there, yeah, they shot somebody. They blast the guy head here, blast the guy head there, blast him at the back. They beat him merciless. Yes, they shot one man in the neck, one hospital. This thing is getting, we cannot sincerely continue like this.
Who are the people doing this?
It's the ABC talks. We know they have a history of violence.
Make a formal complaint, and I'll show you this cannot continue. We have a country, and we are a part of the country. You know, we cannot have terrorism terrorizing the country and have officials in government terrorizing citizens. It's not acceptable.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Big man. This is bullet.
Okay. Yes. A lot happened in Benin today. And just to bring us up to speed, for those who may not know, there was a gathering of members of the ADC today at John Odigie Oyegun's house. And from the information that I've filtered in, Peter Obi was in town. A major event that has actually happened within the last couple of days, happened to be that, some chieftains of Labour Party were formally decamping to the ADC. Notable amongst them, it happened to be Olumide Akpata, Labour Party's governorship, candidate in the last 2024 Edo governorship elections. And Obi was in town to grace the occasion and all of that. And today, in the course of the meeting of these chieftains at Odigie Oyegun's house, of course, the report of attack by hoodlums, talks, and all of that. And if you did listen to Peter Obi just now, while he was addressing the press or addressing the public there, you would definitely read, as insinuated even by some other commentators, alleging that the hoodlums and, of course, the thugs that came to attack were APC thugs, APC hoodlums, and all of that. But there's been conflicting reports about this. While fingers have been pointed at APC by those in the ADC camp, APC is also alleging that ADC has fractions. And of course, it is another fraction of the ADC that actually, sponsored this attack and all of that. We're going to try to put some of these things in perspective, as the case is, because another very superlative information is that the police have already started or commenced investigation into, this matter. So I'm going to be looking at this. Of course, I'm also going to be looking at our governor, Okpebholo. He's been trending. It just so happened that this particular matter of the ADC, those state ADC attack has now taken over the internet space. And somehow, the trending video of Governor Okpebholo, seems to have subsided with focus now, on this particular issue with the ADC. But meanwhile, let us look at another report alleging that it is not APC thugs that actually carried out this attack, but rather it's a fraction of the ADC. Stay with me, but let's watch this story together.
What is expected to be a routine party meeting quickly turns dramatic at the Benin residence of an ADC national leader and former governor of Edo State, John Odigi Oyegun. Some party leaders claim the meeting is scheduled at the residence, but on arrival, they are shown a list of invited members and their names are reportedly missing. The situation sparks outrage as aggrieved stalwarts gather at the entrance of the compound, insisting that they are founding and statutory members of the party in Edo State. Former Chief Whip of the Senate, Roland Owie, accuses the party's national leader of allegedly sidelining loyal members while engaging non-members.
As a matter of fact, the central meeting was to be called 4 or 5 times. He will stop it. He will postpone it. As we are talking, what I'm talking to you today, see, we have been everywhere in Edo State. I mean, in Edo State where we are, raising members of the party. Ask John Oyegun, how many people he has attracted to this party? Nothing. The local people come, I don't know. I'm calling and dealing with those who have been helping this party to grow. So the way it is, we are telling the national leadership of the party, enough is enough of John Oyegun. This high was now some of APC. They removed you with ease. We are saying enough is enough. You can't disrespect those who are building the party.
When contacted on phone at the time of the incident, Odigi Oyegun explains that he is in a leadership meeting and will speak on the matter later. Osase Sado, AIT News Benin.
Yes, credit to AIT for this reportage. Honestly, I feel some pity for Peter Obi and of course for Nigerians. Now, whether it's APC thugs that actually came to attack this group of people, or it's another fraction of the ADC, because from this report now we can actually see that there seems to be a fraction within the ADC in Edo State. Now, the reason why I established earlier that I feel a bit for Peter Obi and of course I feel for Nigerians is because somehow from what we are seeing, it is increasingly looking like the ADC is also sliding into what Labour Party became in the course of the 2023 presidential election, when there was actually no unity, there was division in leadership and all of that. That if that happens, that's going to put Peter Obi's fate on the slate of 2 steps forward and possibly 4 steps backward. But that said, I also feel for Nigerians because a lot of what we are seeing right now, okay, they are all, pointing towards some of the things that we are going to experience in 2027. And that's why I said, man, whatever we are seeing right now is a microcosm of what 2027 is going to be. Fears, 2027 fears, okay, is what is being expressed right now in the ADC. Whether it's APC talks that, actually come to attack, or is another fraction of the ADC that is coming to attack, carry out all of whatever has happened. The truth is, all of these things are building up to 2027. And the reason why it's important that Nigerians should take note is that, like I said, I feel for Nigerians, myself inclusive. I feel for us because we seem not to have learned anything from the past. Now, I want to isolate this incident with the ADC in Benin. And I want to take our minds back to last Saturday when a municipal election was held, in Abuja. And in the beginning of the elections and every vote count that surfaced, that I saw, at least I would say I saw about 20, vote counting. I mean, at least 20 polling units. And when they were doing the count and every other thing, you could easily see all across board that the ADC candidate was leading. This is talking of Abuja. ADC was leading. But by the time the final results, were declared, APC won. As a matter of fact, there's been a lot of things around that, particular matter. And when I saw that, I honestly observed a lot of things, and in fact, the only thing I could tell myself is to look back at the shortest verse of the Bible, and I said, Jesus wept. We have just been through a disputed process of amending the Electoral Act that was hurriedly signed into law by Mr. President. And one of the things in the Electoral Act that Nigerians probably did not observe, which probably ought to have been there, which right now is very prevalent, because the Abuja election, for me, appears to be a litmus test for what 2027 is going to be. And the other part of 2027 is what we are just seeing in Edo State right now. Intimidation, fighting, gunshot, and all of those kind of things. All of these things are going to be expressed hugely in 2027. Now, from what I observed from the Abuja, process, what I observed. But before I speak to my observation, let us listen to the candidate of the ADC. He had there's an excerpt of his interview that I want to, make some reference to, because I'm still trying to express the reason why I feel so much for Nigerians at this time, because there is no hope in sight from what we see right now. You understand the picture of what I'm saying? But let us listen to the candidate of the ADC at the Abuja, council elections that took place on Saturday. Let's take a listen.
The INEC, that there was going to be something different, that was
the leadership of
INEC.
INEC.
Yes, in the leadership of INEC. So I was hoping for something new. Charles, by 3 p.m., I already won the elections across board. The results, were already there. And then magic began to happen. And this is a crazy thing. So not only do I reject the outcome of the results, but I also, it's so disheartening to see the imposition of curfew, to see the mutilations of results, to see how members of the ADC were harassed, from different polling booths. And I have never seen a heightened level of vote buying like we've seen, in this particular election.
Well, let's be very clear. Are you alleging specific irregularities such as overvoting or collation issues, voter suppression, voter buying, or is your concern more about systemic bias?
Both. It is both systemic and all of the issues that I've outlined.
Okay. Now, are you alleging vote buying, intimidation, harassment, blah, 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 blah? Everything highlighted is all part of the strategy experimented with at the level of this Abuja municipal or local council elections. Now, what we saw there at the level of Abuja, for me, already is a very clear sign of what we are to expect in 2027. Now, there was something very peculiar about the Abuja elections, midwifed by Mr. Wike. What was peculiar is that there wasn't really much effort towards, approaching what's it called, voters. I mean, they didn't really do much. Where they spent their energy on was to go to some polling units. Some of what we saw, the video we saw, intimidated the people, drove people away with gunshots and every other thing, and just took the result sheets, so that results can be manufactured from different polling units. In some centers, okay, and some of these we could see them. I went to the IRF myself, and you could visibly see altered result sheets on the IRF, uploaded on the IRF. Altered. You could see cancellation, cleaning of what was initially written and changed. Now, that presupposes or appears to me that is a formidable strategy that the ruling party appear to have put in place to say, it don't matter, make them go vote. Once they don't vote finish, what is important is the final result that is being announced. So the siege is not on how people vote, where they voted, or what they calculated at the polling unit. The siege is eventually going to be what is uploaded on the IRF. Whether mutilated, whether cancelled, whether altered, provided figures are changed on the result sheets and uploaded on the IRF. And the totality of what is being collated, from the IRF is the basis upon which a winner is going to emerge. When I saw that, honestly, apart from the fact that there was a huge outcry over, voter party, people didn't really turn up for the elections, which will favor definitely, the cause of those, who are bent on, of course, undermining the process. Now, the risk for the future elections in this country, particularly looking at 2027, I think it's February 20th that has been slated tentatively. I'm looking at February 2027 presidential election. Is that it's not going to matter, what people do, how they vote. What's going to matter is the eventual result that is uploaded. Now, I don't know if the opposition party or parties have any answer to this arrangement. I don't know. Because at the end of the day, the only, with all due respect, the only party that appears to be seriously working, whether legitimately or illegitimately or whatever, that appear to be organized and they are just keeping their eye on the ball of 2027, the only parties have is APC. Why the others seem to just still be not really fully prepared, but it remains to be seen what happens between now and June. But this is where this matter actually lies. Because on the RF, a lot of the results that I opened myself, honestly, I was asking myself, why are these numbers being cancelled and rewritten? you will see where 3 is turned to 8. You will see where 8 is rudely turned to 0. So many uploaded. And I told myself, I said, man, why didn't any of the senators or National Assembly members observe to even put it as a clause, you know, as part of the, what's it called, the electoral act, to say any altered result sheet should not be admitted. Any result sheet that is not, you know, plain written, that is altered, any number, figure, any number that is altered should be cancelled. Probably that may stem this tide. Otherwise, what I'm seeing right now is a huge fear for the future. Now, as for the ADC, I'll come back to the ADC in Edo State. And what just happened that we have just, you know, watched. You know, it is difficult not to, you know, point fingers at APC talks, because we already know somehow, you know, the color of the expressions of this APC. And with all due respect, some of the things that I personally have observed about the APC state chairman, okay, expresses themselves in this manner, you know, and all of that. So it is difficult to just to deny, even though, you know, we cannot publicly or we cannot verify that APC actually did this. But while fingers have been pointed, you know, at the direction of APC talks, it's also necessary to give the benefit of the doubt, because this whole, I mean, from this other video we saw, it's already, you know, already shows that there's some level of bad blood already, you know, brewing within the APC. I mean, within the ADC. We could see former Senator, you know, Roland Owe right now accusing John Odigi Oyegu, who's one of the national leaders of the ADC, whose has actually, you know, this incident actually happened and every other thing. And we could see how they were saying that some people were excluded from this meeting and all of that. So there's already bad blood. Now, so the accusation or the allegation that ADC in Edo State is a fractional ADC, you know, appears to, you know, have some element of truth in it. You know what I'm saying? And if that is the case, the question really now is, has Peter Obi now, you know, moved from frying pan to fire? Or will he use his leadership right now and the support that he's got to try to ensure that, you know, unlike the Labour Party, all issues in the ADC are resolved? Because at the end of the day, there is no way a house divided against itself will ever be able, you know, to survive. Particularly looking at, you know, what ADC is going to be confronting as far as the future is concerned, the APC. If there's division under the ADC, either at the state level, at any state level, or at the federal level, it is going to be a huge, you know, it's going to be very counterproductive to the ADC. I don't know who's going to emerge as a candidate of the ADC. We know that the front runners are Atiku Abubakar, you know, Peter Obi. I think those are the two front runners. Others are just okay, you know, coming along. You know what I'm saying now? So, but at the end of the day, what we are seeing now in Benin, okay, we are likely going to see a lot more of these, and everybody must be prepared. Now, while I publicly, you know, will advise that the police investigate and look into this matter, very importantly, there's also the need, okay, to also put it out there. This may not essentially, you know, may not essentially be civil, so to speak. But one thing I know is that whatever requires blood, you cannot give it oil. This expression Okay, APC has the capacity and the propensity to express themselves like this. And I am very sure, like what we saw part of it in Abuja, I am very sure that they will express themselves a lot more like this in 2027 election. Hoodlums are going to be everywhere, intimidating people. Because the fewer people come out for the election, the easier for those to undermine the elections, to undermine the process. Now the question is, if ADC and other political parties are aware, like a layman like myself is aware, that these things are going to happen, it's not a one-off thing that has happened right now, to the ADC. It's going to happen before 2027. It's going to happen again and again and again and again. The ADC and, of course, the APC have the capacity to make things like this happen. Particularly looking at a state like Edo State, where, with all due respect, some of us find it very uncomfortable, that the government of Edo State seem to have employed a lot of non-state actors, some of whom are very well renowned, talks. Some people have even addressed some of them as hoodlums, known hoodlums, and they all find expression around the current government of Edo State. And some of these guys, they have been known to have been involved in a lot of things that are very unpleasant like this. And the question is, if APC is expected to use their talks to intimidate people, what is the ADC doing about it? Obi was talking just now. Oh, no, it's not going to happen. We are going to double a formal complaint and this and that and that. Like I said, whatever requires blood should not be given oil. Because if it is true that this that happened just now was orchestrated by the APC, I have my doubts, but if it is true, what did the ADC put in place as a countermeasure? Because at the end of the day, you who is going to file a formal complaint, where is your formal complaint going? The AIG of police, has just been disgraced out. Another one has been appointed. By who? The leader of the APC. So the formal complaint, where is it going? It is still going to the same people. By implication, what I'm saying very clearly is this. If ADC or other opposition parties must have a chance, they must look at the coloration of APC currently. And they must prepare to match the APC whatever for whatever. Because what happened just now, okay, if, like I said before, some people, they come with basketballs and you get your own basketballs in place, things go balance now, isn't it? Because I am just saying this because at the end of the day, they say the best form of defense is attack. I don't think that people should just, the way things be now for this Nigeria, I don't wear ama sini, if you not drag, will fit collect. Bola Ahmed Tinubu understands that very, very well, better than anybody. Ama sini, if you not drag, will feel occupy. Your space will be taken from you. I am saying this very loud. I don't know the kind of thing I did saying, but honestly, when cry reach, the cry for goat or whatever it is reach, where owner day, the owner said we will join the goat crier. Because right now, you guys are going to be intimidated, you are going to be hoodwinked, and you are going to be driven to the edge. And power will not be given to you. Power will not be freely given, not under the condition that we are right now, under this Edo State we are right now. I speak with a few persons who maybe say, man, they were part of this whole process of this thing. And one of them was telling me, say, man, thank God, say, if see they run like this. that the wrong way wrong in the course of this guys opening fire, you know, unnecessarily, indiscriminately. Say the wrong way wrong. That in fact, he can even say, man, wow, suppose the Olympics if such if of content for murder. Now, I think that what has happened in Abuja, what has happened to the ADC right now in Edo State, is enough reason for not just the ADC, all other political parties to go back to the drawing board. This whole, we will raise a formal complaint, will they forget it? Your complaint is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Yes, let's give, you know, police the chance, maybe they do their own investigation. But suppose the police is investigating everything together. Some people carry a matter come, others they on ground to wage them. They make it be the investigation is done all together. If you want an election, like I said earlier, whatever requires blood, don't give it palm oil. No, it's not going to work. Whatever requires blood, requires blood. Whatever requires oil, requires oil. Where we are now, if there must be a chance to wrestle power from people who already don't hold on, okay, you must think like they are thinking. You must prepare like they are preparing. And you must work even more than they are working. None of these things, when I don't see for the ADC, for Labour, or for any other political party, which, for me, presupposes that if election holds today, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be firmly re-elected as the president of Nigeria. Because it's right now. I don't know what will happen in June, in July, in August, in November. But right now, the only person when they defeat, when they prepared to continue as president of Nigeria is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This, no debate about it. But it remains to be seen what effort others are putting in. What happened in Abuja for me, I did wowed by him. You know, wowed by what happened in Abuja. As a matter of fact, the small hope say, okay, maybe 2027 will be a different story. Abuja local election stole that hope. And as a matter of fact, since the election of that Saturday, there's this quiet way they inside the ADC, like all of them, all of them confused for themselves. Because like that guy was saying, this ADC, you know, what's his name, a candidate. If from what we see, because every you know a polling unit when they count, when it surface online, ADC will just win all of them. Then when you now go to INEC, IRF, this thing, come begin to go to check result, APC won all. They can't give one to PDP. But the result I saw in the IRF, almost all of the results will be open. Had some cancellation, some alteration, some this, some that. To the extent that there was one particular one with fly for social media, fly everywhere, where 300 and some people were accredited, but APC scored over 1,000 votes in that particular polling unit. And they calculate and join this matter when make APC candidate win. So if the ADC, because ADC right now appears to be the only opposition where the APC gets one way or the other. Unfortunately, PDP, we don't know whether they see they around. So if the ADC must be a formidable opposition, they must look at the strategy of the APC. If they are going to end up and say, okay, if the attack comes, you know, we go resist and we go wrong, then later we'll not file a formal complaint. Forget it. Forget it. Like I said earlier, waiting need blood. They're not to give them palm oil. Now, Edo State is the coverage. If you are there, please share the broadcast if you could. I appreciate that. If you don't see fit, it is still fine. I want to come to the governor of Edo State. I never talk about Governor Okpebholo for a while because I just observe things. I get small program when I do about concerning Okpebholo. But in the moment, I never want to go there, you know, and all of that. I just want to look at, I just want to appraise Okpebholo, you know, but I will do that. But since the last 24 hours, this video has surfaced. I'm going to Okpebholo right now. You understand what I'm saying now? Please stay with me, don't go away. It's still a coverage show. Okay, yes, my people, it's the coverage show, like you already know. So, in the last, I don't know, 24 hours or thereabouts, the entire internet space was like awash with senator governor Mondo Okpebholo's gaffe. Come like saying, our governor is always, giving people something to talk about. Now, the reason why I also want to talk about it is because it is not putting us and those two people in a very good light. The embarrassment not just be the governor's embarrassment alone. Me personally, I feel am. But let me play the video so that we will know what we're talking about first.
Of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our father, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GFS, ably represented by the Minister Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GFS, ably represented by the Minister.
Well, what's our government wanted for them at GCFRO, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. Now huge gaffe. And it's all this gaffe like this, it cause all of us some level of embarrassment. Personally, I know I am not at this time that day now. I know Governor Okpebholo. He's been our governor right now for over a year. Before he became governor, we saw him in the campaign. All of this kind of gaffe, we see them plenty. We saw them coming. My grasp with this whole matter is that the governor had a very important event where this address was given, right? Instead of the topic or the discussion to be around what actually happened in the course of that particular event, the discussion is now around the gaffe. May I take this caller? Hello. Hello, yeah. Who am I talking to?
Yeah. You are talking to Mr. Isaac from the Netherlands.
Okay, Mr. Isaac, go ahead, sir.
I'm
contribute.
seeing you on are you on live also?
I'm live, yeah.
Yeah, what I did, you just make a statement just now, and I think that is the best because the ADC are so weak.
Yeah.
They are so weak. They take things for granted.
Yeah.
They take things for granted. This is the time they have to get up. You understand what I'm saying? Because if they continue the way they are now, Bola Ahmed will clear everywhere in Nigeria 2027. If they are not careful. I just like that statement you made that they can write petition, they can write any to who? Are they not writing it to the APC?
Yeah.
They are writing it to the APC. So that statement, let them get up. Let them get up. They are always talking. No action.
Yeah.
Even what happened in Abuja. Look at the way things were.
Yeah.
Before 3 o'clock, we got all the result that this guy, Dr. Mo, was leading.
Yeah.
But I don't know Nigeria, they always talk. That's why I'm tired of looking at them on the television. They cannot take action. You go to National Assembly, you cannot break in there. Look at Kenya, what happened with Kenya?
Yeah.
They enter the house, destroy everything. You are afraid of your government? The government should be afraid of you guys.
No, they are not. They're not.
They are afraid of the government. The government is supposed to be afraid of the people. We are in Europe here. Can we go over there and start fighting them? No, we cannot. We can only go there for holiday and come back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We can never go there and settle down. It's not possible, but they have to. They are living there have to fight for their right. They are waiting for America to come and take Tinubu out. Well, Nigerians, I don't know.
Thank you, my brother, for your.
Okay.
I feel your pain. Oh, we are all in the same shoes now. We're in the same shit. So, anyways, yeah, I think I see one comment by one James. This on YouTube. It says, so by your logic, Senator Ware's group is responsible for this mayhem. No, I never said that. I never insinuated that. I did not also say that it was APC talks that did this. We don't know. Let the police do their job, but they are already throwing jibes, both parties. ADC guys are saying that it's APC talks, and APC guys are saying that there's division within the ADC, and so one part of the ADC, we don't know. Anything is possible. You know what I'm saying now? So anything is possible. Now Nigeria, anything is possible. Yeah, we saw what happened with the Labour Party and every other thing. That am I worried for Peter Obi if Obi actually made the right choice. But it remains to be seen. We will know as the day go by. So I was talking about the governor before that call came in. So all this gaffe, I don't know. They are very worrisome. And now Okpebholo is the governor. This gaffe right now, Arise TV, many all of the carrying, they are making jest of the governor, making jest of Edo State. It hurt us, some of us, and it a pain. Because the governor, I'm sure, from what we have seen on social media everywhere, had a fantastic program where he was launching, some things. And so far, nobody's talking about all those efforts when put into what they do. But everybody talking about this gaffe, it's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. I also want to advise. I bet if you don't want to share, if you not see share, if you not get the ear of the governor, want to see talk to her. Before the governor comes out for a public place like this, I'm not worried about Okpebholo again. I know that Okpebholo, when it comes to some people, just they will timid when it comes to maybe addressing the public. Some may even be intelligent, okay, but they will just get stage fright. I think that the government needs a proper protocol officer when they be say go to prepare this governor for public events. So before the governor come out, can't talk any statement or read anything, he go don't rehearse with that. Governor Okpebholo is not a spontaneous governor, not a man of spontaneity. When we say, man, if he just address issue on the go, it doesn't have that. I don't know. It doesn't have that flair. That people don't. They may be very intelligent, but they don't. Public speaking not be their thing. And for the office of a governor like this, public office like this, if gaffe like this take place, it embarrasses us, man, all of us, and they overshadow every other thing. I hear say the governor buy Caterpillar, many things for farming and all of those things. I expected that some searchlight should be built into that direction. I hear say, they are building some roads and they build some flyover and all of those kind of things. Searchlight should be built into those direction. Not be say it make mistake for public speech. So this mistake when it makes so, it a pain because say now mistake when it be say normally, even if you sleep, you close your eyes, say ordinarily You know, but I'm not blaming him. I just think that this man, you know, he just you even the way even they talk, say public, you know, say man, this guy he get fright where for you know address. So he needs somebody that will just be by him to prepare him for this event. And they're not going to give him too many things to the talk. Very simple, so that we know we don't get distracted by some of these kind of things. I mean, GCFRO, you know, Grant Commander of the Federal Republic, CON, Commander, you know, exactly what they call it, GCON, Commander of the Order of the Niger, or Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, CON, Commander of, you know, of the Niger. They get many things like that, man. From primary at the secondary school, say people, children with the young people with the learner. Can't say man will just understand as governor, you know, conflict just mention GC, you know,
of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our father, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GFS, ably represented by
you get as a be, man. It is not now. This now one where we say they say don't go viral. Everybody's talking about it and every other thing. I'm not very happy with this essay that has been flying around. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm not putting blame on this governor for this. What did I tell self? I'm not really overly blaming him. We don't know, say man, this governor gets stage fright. The only thing when we say, may come like some of us when they try to realize now, we see all these public mistakes when the guy they make may not actually be the true content of the man's character as a leader. That he knows be speak, or rather he gets stage fright for speaking in public, may not actually speak to whether he's a good leader, a good governor, or a man who means well for his people. You understand? Because that is another matter which I want to address at some point, based on this last 1 year and what we may have seen all around in Edo State. I'm going to want to address that at some point, because this one, it overshadow every other thing. No matter how any people will come out to try to launder, you understand what I'm saying? All this one, because at the end of the day, now this one might be the first expression where they go out publicly. You understand what I'm saying? And it's causing all of us a huge embarrassment. Now, Governor Okpebholo, another matter that is causing us huge embarrassment. You see, some of us have come to understand that as a governor, as a human being, you get this sense of humility. You dey humble to get what you want. But Governor Okpebholo, the position you're occupying is the position of a governor of a state. Your personal humility now will feel just going to cause all of us embarrassment. I beg. We have seen some signs of this in the past, but this one where you can't do so. I'm going to put up the picture here. Personally, I did ask myself a lot of questions about how did we get here? Do you not speak with your kitchen cabinet, political officers, so that they will teach you comportment? Because whatever you do will be your personal trait. There is a state trait when we get, a national trait when we get, that when you assume a position like this, you are no longer expressing yourself as one man from one village. Do not put the state into consideration and act in a way that equals, the office you are occupying. But we are not seeing that, sir. And I'm making reference to this particular picture where we say don't see flag. That's wicked. Your governor, you just the great wicked, carry your head, go down there, you are almost kneeling down. Man, this level of humility, sir, it probably they open doors for you, but it's embarrassing us as a state. You can be humble with dignity, sir. This is not a dignifying humility. You don't have to do this kind of thing to Akpabio. You even need that for where Akpabio did. I think so. I think that's what I saw. Because okay, maybe but this you have done, man. Okay, man. Governor Okpebholo should understand that he is the governor of a state elected. Wike is the minister of the Federal Republic of Abuja Federal, capital, territory, appointed. You can't do this, man. I think that the people who are close to the governor who are working with him they need to brush him up. His public appearance is not uplifting us at all. There may be argument about, oh man, he's building a flyover, he's done some roads, he's working on several other roads. Some of his impacts are being felt by people. There may be argument for that. But all this kind of other thing, so they're not just there at equilibrium at all. I bet when I talk to this governor, man, you feel shake Wike, you feel do this one inside house. But in this public space, man, now Edo State, you just bring down like this, and we are part of this Edo State. You almost nail it down for Wike for what? Honestly, I'm very dazed, disappointed by all this expression of humility or whatever it is. Gosh, man. Anyways, I am not pleased with this, and I just want to hope that the handlers of the governor should sit him down. All these things, so then they overshadow every other thing around his government. You understand what I'm saying now? Whether by providence or however it is, the man is already sat there now as the governor of Edo State. He should live up to the creed, up to what the state requires. He should live within the context of what should be called a governor. This is unbecoming of the office of a governor, man. There are other governors in the state that relate with the same Wike. You just carry head, go down, finish. You won't even kneel down your head. You want to touch the chair. I'm sure Wike will even be very, very surprised. Like, man. And at the end of the day, all these people that you are trying to please now with this character, apparently all this now make it say 2028 make all of them combo. The magic when they do for Abuja, when they can't do one for you for 2028 too. It's all part of it. You understand what I'm saying now? You want to collect 2.4 million votes for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Man, that does not mean that Edo State must crawl on her knees. Good, Mr. Governor. Please, the handlers of the governor should try to, brush him up. Anyways, this is the much I can take from this matter, but I feel very, really embarrassed about this. Please, but I'll look for a day. I want to come and talk about other things concerning this governor. Some other things that will be worth talking about. On that note, my people, thanks for staying with me. Please share the programs if you could. Just make I can't drop this one. The message when I just get overrun and say ADC must look at the temperature of Nigeria today and prepare themselves alongside what Nigeria is today. God bless you all.
Commercial way, Comrade Lante Oriente. This is the commercial.